Right now, with the cost of living crisis, people across the UK are finding new ways to cut back. From skipping takeaways to turning into home chefs, it's all about saying no to extra spending. Let's see how one person tried out a full no-spend January and what really happened.
It's now time to talk about my experience with this no-spend January, the before versus after. I was full of confidence, strutting around like this is it, I'm about to save so much money. I had my coffee machine, my meal plans and a fridge stocked full of ingredients. I was basically a Michelin star chef in the making, budget edition of course. My mindset strong. I was like, who needs takeaways when I can whip up homemade meals that look like something out of a cooking show? Hi, if you're new here, I'm Natasha and I talk about finances and family life in today's day 27 of the no-spend month. And let's not forget the coffee. My machine was my best mate. Freshly made coffees every morning, yes please. January 1st me was all smug, sipping coffee at home and feeling like I'd cracked the code to financial freedom. But then we hit week 3 and let me tell you, the vibes were different. Suddenly I'm googling how to make fun free, because even my coffee machine couldn't distract me from the fact that I'd burnt a hole in my own walking pad. Over 10,000 steps were done every day. Still, the meals kept me going. I was actually proud of my creations. I mean, there were a few moments where I stared at a random can of beans like, what am I supposed to do with this? But overall, my kitchen stayed thriving. If nothing else, I ate well. And then, of course, the after. All the home-cooked meals, the avoided takeaways, and the endless coffee machine loyalty has paid off. But I am going to be honest, no-spend January isn't easy, but it is worth it. You start off feeling invincible, hit a point where you're questioning your life choices. Now I'm off to make another coffee because I earned it.
Some people are getting really creative with their no-spend days, relying on free coffee at work and packed lunches from home. Here's what that looks like in real life.
He's assigned to do no spend days at work. So essentially on my no spend days, I don't spend money on anything except for travel. So he's been going into work. I got fruits and coffee, which is complimentary at work. And then this is my lunch that I brought from home. So it's tuna pasta salad and also fruits. This is also a chai sachet that I brought from home. It kept me going throughout the day. And then I went for lunch with my team. It was paid for by the company. Here's my outfit of the day. And yeah, that was my day of no spending except for travel.
When the cost of living keeps climbing, people are cutting out expenses they see as pointless, from fast food to bottled water, even TV licenses and fast fashion. Here's how one frugal Brit is saving every penny.
As a very frugal person, there are certain things that I just never spend money on. Fast food is something that I think is just such a waste of money. It's so overpriced. It doesn't even taste good these days. And we can make better burgers at home. We can make much better food at home for much cheaper. Bottled water is something that I think is an absolute scam because you can get water out of the tap. Just fill up a bottle at home out of the tap and take it with you wherever you go. You could also take an empty bottle into any coffee shop, cafe, restaurant, bar, anywhere that sells food. You can take in a bottle and ask them to fill it with tap water and it is completely free. TV license. Guys, I don't pay for a TV license. I've never paid for a TV license because I do not watch live TV. You only need a TV license if you watch live TV or if you watch BBC iPlayer. Fast fashion is something that I do not purchase anymore. Yes, I purchased it in the past. Yes, I still own pieces of fast fashion, but I haven't actually bought any for a really long time.
With prices rising everywhere, from supermarkets to energy bills, frustration in the UK is boiling over. People are asking, how much more can we really take? This clip captures that feeling perfectly.
At what point are we going to stop being shafted by every single company out there wanting more money from us? Because I've just had enough now, honestly. It's just taken that absolute Supermarkets are extorting money out of us left, right and centre. Their energy price cap has gone up again. I mean, we knew that was coming, but it doesn't make it any easier. Just everything. Everybody wants more. And when are we all going to collectively say, we're not paying more? We can't pay more. We don't have any more. There's no more to give. I mean, genuinely, how much more can people take? It's just like the Hunger Games at the moment, trying to get through another day, surviving in the UK.
Of course, when people talk about fighting back, they usually just mean finding smarter ways to save money, not literally fighting.
I hate to be the one to say this, but the reason that the cost of living is so high and the reason that regular household items and groceries continue to increase is because we don't know how to stop purchasing things. We don't know how to say no. We don't have self-control. Like, if I think about history and why in history books people actually got like a little bit of change, it's because they had some sort of resistance, some sort of self-control. We literally buy. Amazon, TikTok, freaking Target, Fashion Nova, Shein, whatever the case may be. All of these stores always gets orders just coming in and out. At what point do we say no? At what point do we fight back? Because the reality of it is the government is looking at us like, okay, they're never going to stop. So why would we decrease the price on anything? Y'all need to just make some more money and fend for yourselves. But no, everybody has to have the latest everything. I don't know. But coming into the new year, January 2025, I will not be purchasing anything that is not necessary. And I say this and I'm holding myself to it because I am tired of eating my money. I am tired of wearing my money. It needs to go somewhere else. Who's with me?
Plenty of people in the UK are trying out No Spend January. From meal prepping to skipping takeaways, it sounds simple. But as this next clip shows, it's not always easy to stick with.
It's now time to talk about my experience with this No Spend January, the before versus after. I was full of confidence, strutting around like this is it. I'm about to save so much money. I had my coffee machine, my meal plans and a fridge stocked full of ingredients. I was basically a Michelin star chef in the making, budget edition of course. My mindset strong. I was like, who needs takeaways when I can whip up homemade meals that look like something out of a cooking show? Hi, if you're new here, I'm Natasha and I talk about finances and family life. And today's day 27 of the No Spend month. And let's not forget the coffee. My machine was my best mate. Freshly made coffees every morning, yes please. January 1st me was all smug, sipping coffee at home and feeling like I'd cracked the code to financial freedom. But then we hit week 3 and let me tell you, the vibes were different. Suddenly I'm googling how to make fun free because even my coffee machine couldn't distract me from the fact that I'd burnt a hole in my own walking pad. Over 10,000 steps were done every day. Still, the meals kept me going. I was actually proud of my creations. I mean, there were a few moments where I stared at a random can of beans like, what am I supposed to do with this? But overall, my kitchen stayed thriving. If nothing else, I ate well. And then, of course, the after. All the home-cooked meals, the avoided takeaways, and the endless coffee machine loyalty has paid off. But I am going to be honest, No Spend January isn't easy, but it is worth it. You start off feeling invincible, hit a point where you're questioning your life choices. Now I'm off to make another coffee because I earned it.
Not everyone is happy with the way supermarkets are handling prices and quality during the cost of living crisis. This next clip is one person's take on why they've stopped shopping at Morrison's altogether.
I stopped shopping at Morrison's and I have quite a few reasons as to why. Number one is that every single time I visit the store, the staff are so rude, it's absolutely unbelievable. I worked in customer service for so many years and I never ever managed to be this rude. If you don't like working with customers, then don't have a job working with customers. It's as simple as that. Moving on swiftly, the pasta bar or the salad bar, whatever you want to call it, is absolutely rank. This was a year ago or so now. This was definitely the last time I got a salad from there. You would never catch me having it from there again. Like, if anybody actually enjoys it, I don't know what to tell you. What's up with your taste buds? Because it all tastes the same and it's gross. Not to mention the absolute state that it's in. I mean, does it take a minute just to wipe it down? It also just screams unhygienic. I don't know if that's just me. Also, the last time that I visited, it was no longer part of the meal deal, so don't know if they've brought that back or not. The next thing I want to talk about, that lady there who was really rude to me by the sausage rolls, is the prices. Morrison's is so expensive. In comparison to other supermarkets such as Tesco and Sainsbury's, their markup is unbelievable. And overall, it's why I feel the same about Morrison's as I do about Aldi and Lidl. I really don't understand how these supermarkets survive. As I was walking out the store, I remember that it was an absolute state out the front. Oh, here we are. And overall, you won't catch me shopping there anytime soon.
A lot of people in their 20s are starting to cut back on things they used to spend on: cars, clothes, daily coffees, even lunches out. The idea: save now to build wealth later. Here's one example.
Here are 5 things I'm sacrificing in my 20s to build wealth in my 30s. Number 1, you best believe I am not buying a brand new car, because as soon as you drive that thing out of the garage, it depreciates. After the first year, it'll lose around 20% in depreciation, and every year after that, for the next 4 years, it'll lose around 10% in depreciation. So I don't want to put my finances under that amount of stress and use such a large percentage of my take-home pay on just a brand new car. Now, if you're a massive car person, this might be completely justifiable. You might want to spend that amount of your salary on your car, but for me, it's not that important, and for a lot of others who buy brand new cars, it's not that important either. They're just trying to impress people who don't even look at them anyway. Number 2, I don't really spend that much money on clothes every year because, first of all, I have enough already, and probably the majority of you already have enough clothes. It's just the new sensation and dopamine effect that you get when you buy a new set of clothes or a new pair of trainers. But oftentimes that dopamine runs out very, very quickly, and you don't even realise you've bought that new top in about 6 months and it's at the bottom of your drawer and you're not even wearing it anymore. Third thing I don't buy, and it doesn't really count as an actual thing, but I don't use buy now, pay later schemes for anything that I buy, because although it might seem like you can afford it, you know, you can see that number and you know you have that number in your bank account, but if you keep adding these up and keep adding Klarnas and adding ClearPays into your bank, over time you're going to have a subscription to a kebab, like some clothes that you don't even wear anymore. These are the type of things that can eat up your monthly income without you really knowing, and it's going to be a very unexpected bill every single month of all these accumulated purchases. So I try to avoid buy now, pay later schemes at all costs. Number 4, I don't pay for a coffee out every single day. I get one a week. And although this is £20 a month, this is not a lot. Like, if you're spending money on coffee every day, then that is going to add up. Especially if you're on a lower salary, that is going to add up over the month. And I know I actually made a video joking about this the other day, about spending £20 a month on coffee. People took it the wrong way and saying that I wouldn't tell people to spend money on coffee every single day. Obviously, don't spend money on coffee every single day. Like, it's just not a good financial decision, especially on a lower salary. Like, once you've, you know, started making a lot more money, it's, you know, you can put that into your budget. But as a person on a lower or medium salary, there's just no point in spending money on coffee every single day of the week. And lastly, number 5, similar to the last one, I won't be spending money on lunch every single day, like going out to Tesco for a meal deal or something like that, because once again, over the month, that can really add up. And even sometimes you can go for a more luxury lunch. Maybe you'll go somewhere else that might cost you like £15 to £20 each lunch. And if you're doing that 7 days a week, that is really going to eat into your monthly budget. And I know it's such a personal finance guru thing to say, but if you can just pre-cook your meals for the week, it's going to save you so much money.
Things that I've stopped spending money on as part of my debt-free journey, part 2. I've stopped spending money on eating out. So I don't just mean going out for meals. The thing that I am frugal, shall we say, I'm not going to say I'm tight, I can be. The thing that I'm most frugal about is eating out on like days out, like sort of like impulse purchases of food and drinks. It makes me crazy, particularly when we're on a day out with the kids. We're a family of 5. If we go out for, even if we just buy sandwiches and drinks, you know, it's 30 quid. Now, we always take a packed lunch, and the thing that I hate spending money on the most on a day out is drinks. So we always take bottles of juice, cans of pop with us. It costs a fraction of the price in the shops, and yet, call me tight if you want, I'm not bothered. I'm mindful that I also have a life to live. I'm not going to stop eating out completely. I'm not going to stop buying a drink or a sandwich or whatever it is completely. It's about being more mindful and cutting back where it's possible.
Today was going to be the hardest day for my no-spend month. I'm going back to work after the Christmas period. Not spending anything when you work in London is near impossible. Normally I'd buy myself a little well-done treat for going into the office, specifically prep brownie. I was good and I brought in my leftover tuna pasta that I made yesterday. They did not hold up, it needed to be fresh. Any suggestions? What do you guys bring in the office for lunch? After my lunch I went for a free walk. I was really anxious coming back after the Christmas period, but I actually had a really nice day. After I came up from work it was down with rain. I got drenched. At this point I would have given myself a poor me treat, but I didn't. I completed the day without spending anything.
Plenty of people are now tracking exactly how much they save by cutting out takeaways, shopping, and even daily coffees. This next clip shows how one couple tried a no-spend month, and the results are pretty eye-opening.
Okay, so I'm going to do a whole little breakdown of how much I saved in my no-spend month. Here are the rules for my no-spend month. I filmed it every day, so if you want to binge watch it, you can. So the first rule is no essential shopping. So no clothes and just like random bits that I'd buy on Amazon for no reason, that kind of stuff. The second one is no takeaways. I love a Domino's. That is like my weakness. Alcohol, I actually find this really easy because I'm a social drinker. So as long as I just don't make plans to go to a bar, I'm fine. I didn't add this to the rules as well, but it's also no sugar, which kind of helps with the no spending, and that was really hard. Socializing is important. I know like saving money is important too, but I feel like you need to have a balance and you can still socialize for free. So that's what I did. I went to my friend's house and we had a £200 food budget for me and my boyfriend, and normally we spend like just over 400, which I think is too much. Like I think we can work on putting that down. So I thought 200 would be a good challenge to like slash that in half. And we did it in the end, which I'm actually still kind of amazed at. And obviously we have to spend on our mortgage, bills and commute to work. You can see these are all the ones I completed. That was the only time when I've actually spent. The rest, I didn't spend anything. It was actually day 16, not day 17. So if you want to watch day 16, you can. Okay, so for the breakdown, it's in different chunks. So for our joint account, we managed to save £350, which is just mental. We usually go over our normal budget, which I think we put to around 500 or 550. We usually go over that as well, so we probably actually save technically more. For my personal one, I saved an extra £270. I usually go over my normal budget, so I probably have saved more. And for him, he wasn't doing it as much as I was, but he still managed to save 200 quid. So we saved a lot altogether. So we saved £820 on top of our usual savings, which is like insane. The things that I want to do for the money is to be putting it into our emergency fund. Even though I don't like the word emergency fund, I don't know, I'm really like the type of person, I feel like words really matter of how you say things and like what you put out there, and I feel like emergency fund just doesn't sit well with me, but I don't know what else to call it. So, oh, actually no, I did see another girl on TikTok call it something else and I really liked what she called it, and now I can't remember. So that's really annoying. But if you're like me and you feel the same, like comment down below what you would call it instead. And we're going to be putting it into our investments because we invest in index funds. Thank you guys so much if you were following along or if you like the videos. I really appreciate it. I feel like you guys have been really nice during this whole journey, and it's just made me really happy.
3 weeks into a no-spend challenge, this is what life in the UK looks like, surviving on whatever's left in the fridge and getting creative with meals. Let's take a look.
Welcome back to my no spend challenge. Here's everything I have left in my fridge after 3 weeks. It's been 3 weeks since my food shop. Still got condiments and stuff like that, dog food, a couple eggs, soy milk. These are the hazelnut truffles I made, some dates, butter, onions, garlic, ginger, carrots, potatoes, ham and cheese, some parmesan. Oh, this is some hummus that I was just getting out for a snack. I've got some apples and some oranges as well. For breakfast, I thought I'd make this apple crumble inspired breakfast bowl. The apples are just microwaved for 2 minutes with cinnamon and maple syrup. Then the oats are also microwaved for 2 minutes with cinnamon and maple syrup. It literally tastes like an apple crumble. It's so good. For the rest of the day, I was just working from home. I'm currently doing this online marketing course, so I was literally doing that all day. For lunch, I made these rice paper noodle roll things. Another thing I've seen on TikTok. It was nice, but not that filling. Partnership I filmed the other day was just approved, so I posted that. Had some hummus and carrot, and then bolognese again for dinner.
When it comes to the cost of living crisis, people are questioning every single bill, even the TV license. Now, of course, that's a legal requirement if you watch live TV or BBC iPlayer, but this next clip shows how some are trying to cut back wherever they can.
But I'm interested now. I want to carry on digging down the rabbit hole. what else can you get away with not paying? So I put a video on yesterday about TV licence, and I'm shocked. I didn't realise how many people actually don't pay the TV licence. If me and my wife do cancel this TV licence, I don't feel alone. I feel like there's a lot of people that don't pay the TV licence. So it's great to see all the comments underneath. Me and my wife both work full time. We constantly work. And at the end of the month, we'd love to save some more money. So what else can we do to try and save more money? If I can get away without paying TV licence, would I never watch TV? The only thing I watch is YouTube. That's it. So leave some comments. Let us know what else we could do this month to try and save some more money. If that means cancelling more bills.